Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian, and today we are going to look really quickly at some of the various different types of authority sites that you can create. So, most folks in my community are looking to build a directory or a marketplace, which I mean, those are great options. Obviously, I recommend them, I do them myself, but there are alternatives. So, you don't need to just be stuck in thinking the only way to build something that is authoritative or interesting even is a directory. So let's look at some of the various permutations of authority sites that are easy to create. Most of these can be done on WordPress or a close analog to WordPress. So let's cycle through them really quickly, and then I'll make a couple recommendations. So review sites, Q&A style sites like a Quora style site, Buddy Press, video communities, a marketplace, which you can do using something like WC Vendors for WordPress, where your users can submit products. You can also use a theme like Makery on WordPress, which you can find on ThemeForest. Again, that's a built-in marketplace style WordPress theme, no plugins necessary, and literally within an hour, you can have a marketplace where users can submit their products and you can either make a commission on their sales or charge them to be included in your site and so forth and so on. You can do this via Shopify as well. You can create a forum. I mean, there are some great forums that are not only authoritative, but they get tons of traffic. They're easy to monetize if you are positioning yourself properly. And we'll cover that in another video as well. You can do a directory, obviously. That's something I recommend and do myself. A classified style site, a job board. Neither one of these have I personally done, job boards or classifieds. But if you look on ThemeForest, again, the Jobify theme from Astoundify is one of the top selling themes on ThemeForest. So there are hundreds, if not thousands of people out there who have created job boards, probably with various degrees of success. Certainly there are not thousands of job boards that are successful. But if you have the right niche or you have the right approach, there are people, no doubt, that are doing very well with that market. All right, so this is a really interesting one. I'm doing this course community. So as part of my Mindful Marketplace project, we have a community marketplace of courses. So essentially, not only have I created my own mindfulness and business style courses for that community, I'm also getting other folks to submit their own courses for sale on my platform. In my case, Teachable handles all of the back end administration of that, so I don't have to do anything other than say to people, hey, this is my site, this is our platform, and this is the traffic that we're getting. This is our Facebook page. This is how successful we've been thus far. Do you want to be part of this? Do you want to be part of my platform with a captive community, a captive audience, and we'll promote you? This is the charge per month, and this is the fee per sale or per course that we charge to be part of our course community. And again, most people don't have the skills or the ambition even to do this for themselves. So when they see an existing marketplace where they can just, with an audience already, that they can just kind of plug themselves in and start to make sales, that's a very appealing option to people. So from my vantage point, having built this or having taken the time to create this from the tech and the tools and the audience gathering, the heavy lifting that goes into that piece of it, I benefit from having people now coming to me saying, hey, I teach X, Y, or Z. How can I get my content course, coaching, book, blog, whatever, in front of your audience? sites. So you can do the same thing. Teachable is one. Thinkific is another platform that does the same thing. Sensei is a plugin for WooCommerce. You may or may not want to use WordPress for this, and so forth and so on. Mighty Networks, another great option for not only community building, but course building. They're coming out with a LMS solution for their platform in the next month and a half or 2 months or so. That's just going to be killer. I mean, these guys are doing really disruptive and innovative work in the social networking space. Mighty Networks is the next incarnation of Ning. For those of you who are familiar with Ning, the same woman who founded Ning and started Ning years ago is behind Mighty Networks as well. They are a funded company doing some really very cool things. Software as a service. Check them out, mightynetworks.com. All right, so using content curation as a way of building an authority site. So people are familiar with sites like Product Hunt, for an example, where there are just this avalanche of curated products that, tech and tools and just really cool, creative things that have been put out into the world by all kinds of very talented people. So that is still a content curation community at bottom. That's what it is. It's curated content, user generated or user submitted content curation. Well, they started as a curated newsletter. If you go to so one person started that, a kid, who's probably still a young guy in his early 20s, I would imagine, started that as just a curated list of his own recommended tools, tech, tips, things that he was finding in the software space, and so forth and so on. It's really grown into this kind of juggernaut of a business. So if you go to curated.co, you will see examples of great curated newsletters that you can start literally today, that are just really well done. People are doing exceptionally well with that model, and it's always in vogue. If you look at the Chipmunk theme for an analog on WordPress, again, you can, for $50, create a great looking, hyper niche curation style site where people can submit content, they can submit links, you can curate your own favorite things, and really build an asset that has real value, that is easy to create. It's all curated content. You don't even have to do the work. You just have to find resources. All right, local news. Again, hyperlocal sites are great. Hyperlocal news sites always are relevant. Okay, creating a site of just challenges. Some of these ideas you can mix and match. So for an example, you could take a video style WordPress template that allows user submission. So you could run a challenge style site where you have people submitting challenges using video. So they could go and take a YouTube video that they made and submit that to your site. So you could have a 21-day weight loss challenge and essentially encourage your audience to record videos of themselves saying, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for XYZ amount of days, post that to YouTube, and then take that same content and post it on your site. So there are a number of simple sub $100 video templates, themes that are really, really powerful that will do that for WordPress. Again, you can create weight loss challenges. You can create, book marketing challenges, book writing challenges, whatever you can dream up, whatever you can imagine, you can create a site for. So I'll give you just a really quick insight into my own business. About, 8 or 9 months ago, I had a good friend who wanted to do a site of nothing but challenges, but rather than be, like a niche specific, like weight loss, it was going to be challenges of all kinds. So, we sort of play with this idea that we never went forward with, but we graphed it all out. And it was essentially going to be people committing to something and then recording videos, either uploading them to our site or actually going to YouTube and just embedding those videos that they created, which, is easier for everybody. And then just promoting the heck out of those things on social media. So we'd create a Facebook page where everyone would be posting challenges, tagging the challenges, tagging each other. Again, I'm not going to just dive into this in excruciating detail, but you can imagine how easy that is to do and how many various permutations of that idea you can really, play with to really build something fun, interesting, inspiring, and pretty unique, actually. I don't know how many of those there are out there, and you can do that literally in an afternoon with WordPress. All right, so again, this kind of speaks to the challenges thing. Come up with your own ideas. I mean, you can create authority sites around anything that you love and you want to develop a following for or an audience in, or ultimately offers to present to that audience. So I'm not going to share with you all sorts of different ideas that I'm working on, but anything that I have interest in, I can sit down and really quickly come up with 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 different ways that I can not only put the community together, but that I can then monetize that community in fun, interesting, and engaging ways. So do the same thing. So here's an example of a BuddyPress site that is also using user-generated content and is in Turkey, and it is a Turkish recipe site that, from the last I looked, was getting 2.2 million visitors a month. I believe it's one of the largest BuddyPress, if not the largest, social network running BuddyPress in the world, from my understanding. I could be wrong. But they're killing it. And they're using WordPress, a social networking plugin, BuddyPress, and content. And obviously a passion for Turkish food and Turkish people and their community. So, that's all you need to really, and a little bit of patience, by the way. I mean, most people want everything to happen overnight, and nothing really worth getting happens overnight. So, any of these ideas you can quickly and easily parlay into something that is authoritative, that is profitable, and that is fun to build, that becomes an asset for you, your family, your business, and gives you something that is tangible, that's not selling affiliate products on ClickBank or jumping from idea to idea or gimmick or or guru to guru. Just build something. That's the key. Build something. Find something that you love and then build something that has empirical value by dint of being authoritative, interesting, inspiring, engaging, and audience-oriented. All right? If you have any other ideas that I didn't cover here, or any other authority site style opportunities that you think we ought to know about, share them in the video comments below. All right? Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.